The lighting system includes cockpit lighting, exterior lights, cabin signs and emergency lighting. The cockpit lighting system can be divided into panel and instrument lighting, general cockpit illumination, ambient illumination. We will begin with the panel and instrument lighting. The panel and instrument lighting controls are located on 3 different panels and underneath the glare shield. The cockpit lighting system also provides general cockpit illumination. 2 dome lights fitted in the cockpit ceiling provide the main cockpit illumination source. In addition, for the ambient illumination, the following lights are provided. 2 reading lights fitted on each side of the upper part of the overhead panel. Side console lights allowing the pilots to illuminate the side consoles, briefcase areas, the floor around the pilot seats. The side console light controls are on the miscellaneous panels, located on the left and right sides of the main panel. 2 map lights are also provided, 1 on each side of the cockpit. The exterior lighting system consists of taxi, turn-off, navigation, strobe, beacon, wing, takeoff and landing lights. The controls for all these lights are on the exterior lighting panel located on the overhead panel. The next lighting system to be presented is the cabin signs. They are used to give instructions to the passengers, such as no smoking and seat belts. The controls of the cabin signs are on the left side of the signs panel located on the overhead panel. The emergency lighting system is designed to show the different ways for the passengers to exit the aircraft in an emergency situation. The emergency lighting control is on the right side of the signs panel located on the overhead panel. Let's go now to the normal operation module. During preliminary cockpit preparation, the following cockpit lights are set as required. Switch overhead integral lighting on. The overhead integral lighting knob controls the intensity of the overhead integral lighting. The standby compass switch controls the standby compass integral lighting. The dome selector can be set to bright, dim or off position to control the dome lighting intensity. The dome light should be selected during cockpit preparation as it is the only lighting source in battery supply configuration. The dim position is recommended for takeoff. The annunciator lighting selector provides brightness adjustment, bright or dim, and can be used to test all the cockpit annunciator lights. The dim position reduces illumination while the bright position increases illumination. In the test position, all annunciator lights come on and all liquid crystal displays, LCD, indicate 8s. Note, any ECAM ND transfer or EIS DMC switching is prohibited during the annunciator lighting test. The floodlight main panel knob controls the intensity of the main instrument panel lighting. The integral lighting main panel and pedestal knob controls the intensity of integral lighting for the main panel and pedestal. The floodlight pedestal knob controls the intensity of the pedestal floodlight. The FCU lighting is controlled by 2 sliding potentiometers. The left one controls the integral lighting of the FCU labels, knobs and switches, while the right one controls the integral lighting adjustment of the FCU window displays. During the preliminary cockpit preparation, the following lights can also be used as required. The console floor selectors have bright, dim and off positions. The map lights are controlled by an on-off switch and a brightness adjustment knob. The next step is the walk-around. During this phase, the condition of the external lights needs to be checked. The first lights to be checked are the lights fitted on the nose landing gear. The taxi light is at the top, on the right side of the gear strut. The takeoff light is on the opposite side, while both turn-off lights are attached on the lower part of the strut. A wing light is fitted on each side of the fuselage. Two red beacon lights are installed, one on the top of the fuselage and one on the lower center fuselage. A landing light is fitted under each wing, close to the main landing gear well. The lights are in their normal retracted position. Two sets of navigation lights and a strobe light are installed on each wingtip. Just below the APU exhaust, there are two white navigation lights and a strobe light. We will now carry on with the second normal operation module. We shall now perform the cockpit preparation. The first lights to be set are the strobe lights. The strobe switch controls the operation of the three white strobe lights. The strobe switch has three positions: on, off and auto. The auto position causes the strobe lights to come on automatically at liftoff. The navigation switch controls the operation of two sets of navigation lights. Position 1 turns the first set of navigation lights on, and position 2 turns the second set on. We will continue the cockpit preparation by setting the controls of the cabin signs. When the seatbelt selector is moved from on to off or off to on position, fasten seatbelt signs in the cabin and return to seat signs in the lavatories go off or come on, and a low-tone chime is broadcast in the cabin. When the no smoking selector is moved from on to off or off to on position, no smoking and exit signs in the cabin go off or come on. The auto position causes the no smoking and exit signs to come on when the landing gear is extended and to go off when the gear is retracted. A low-tone chime sounds in the cabin when the signs come on and go off. When an excessive cabin altitude is reached, the no smoking, fasten seatbelt, return to seat and exit signs come on automatically, regardless of the seatbelts and no smoking selector positions. When the seatbelt signs are on, or the no smoking signs are on, an associated memo message appears on the engine warning display. We will carry on with the emergency lighting, which consists of over-wing escape route lighting, escape slide integral lighting, exit signs, overhead emergency lights, the floor escape path lighting system. Two different systems are available: either lighted bands on the cabin floor or lights fitted on the seat sides. An aircraft can be equipped with either system. The emergency exit lighting selector has three positions. In the off position, the escape path lighting, exit signs and overhead emergency lighting are off, and the emergency exit lighting off light is amber. The arm position is the normal setting for the flight. In this position, the escape path lighting, exit signs and overhead emergency lighting automatically come on, if the normal electrical system is lost. In the on position, emergency lighting comes on regardless of electrical supply. The next steps are to switch on the various external lights. Before pushback and engine start, the beacon lights are switched on. The beacon switch controls the operation of the two red beacons. The wing switch controls the operation of the two wing lights. These lights illuminate the wing leading edges and the engine air intakes for ice detection. For taxiing, the nose lights are switched on at both daytime and nighttime. The nose selector controls the operation of the taxi and takeoff lights. The takeoff position turns the takeoff and taxi lights on. The taxi position turns only the taxi light on. The off position turns both lights off. Both lights go off automatically when the landing gear is retracted. The runway turn-off switch controls the operation of the runway turn-off lights. These lights go off automatically when the landing gear is retracted. Before takeoff, the runway turn-off and landing lights are turned on in order to minimize bird strike hazard. The landing light selectors, which are labeled Land, control the operation of the left and right landing lights. The on position causes the extension of the associated light, which comes on automatically when fully extended. When the landing lights are extended, the landing light memo message is displayed in green on the engine warning display. In flight, landing lights can be set as required. The retract position causes the associated light to turn off and retract. The off position causes the associated light to go off but remain extended. If the strobe lights are off in flight, the strobe light off memo message is displayed in green on the engine warning display. During approach, the lights are set as required according to company policy or regulatory recommendations.